Hello everyone, Amber Irwin with Social Speak Network. Today I want to talk to you about telling your story. This is something that's really important to your business, and I think it's something that people overlook or don't think it's that important as it really is. And when you start a business, whether you start a service business or a product business, but what led you to do that? How did you know that's what you wanted to do? What life happenings happened that put you from point A to point B? And that's what we're going to go through today, because I think it's important as a business owner to be able to tell your story, because we all do business with people we know, like, and trust. And if we could get to know you a little bit more, and this is especially important if you have an online business. When you network in person, you're going to meet those people, you're going to see them, you're going to be able to, if you're in a networking group, you meet weekly, you hear bits and pieces. But if you are wanting to grow your business online, people want to know who you are, and they want to see you. They want to hear you. They want to know if they're going to like you, if they're going to, trust you, and if they want to do business with you. So I've written down, a few points that will help you write out your story. And I want you to grab a pen and paper, and you're going to answer these questions, write them down, because what you're creating here, more than just your story, this is content for your about me page. This is content for maybe a blog post on your story. So the first thing is, tell people about your journey. How did you get to the place you are today? And we don't need to know, when you were 15, you worked here, and when you were 18, we don't need to know every job. But take us down that journey of how did you, where did you start, and how did you know that this is what you wanted, to do? So what was that journey like? Maybe you were in corporate for 20 years and you got laid off, and you finally decided, you know what? I'm going to create my own business. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to follow my dreams, and it's all in. Maybe you got into a car accident or something traumatic happened, and you could no longer work or do what you were doing before, and so you had to find a way to create your own business and make your own money. So what was that journey like? That's point number one. Number two, how did you know that this is what you wanted to do for a living? How did you know that you want to be a personal trainer? Or how did you know that you wanted to write a book or do social media? Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat today. How did you know that you wanted to make jewelry? Or, what did you have a passion when you were a child, and then you kind of just put it away, and then as an adult you're like, this is what I want to do, or I've always had that passion. So how did you decide that this is what you want to do for a living? The third thing is, what are your core values? And this is something that has taken me a long time. As a child, you always know, okay, you need to, what your parents taught you, maybe it's, to be trustworthy, to be reliable, to be authentic, whatever those things, kind of your manners, what are those things that have always been embedded in you, that when you meet somebody, like for me, trust is huge. That is why I do business. That's a strong piece of my why, but that is my number one core value. I want people to be honest with me, and sometimes I'm too trusting or too honest, but trust is a huge piece of my core values. So figuring out what are your core values, and you can Google core values. We dive more into this when we're in our group coaching sessions, because I think this is a very important piece to building that foundation for your business. And then how do those core values tie into your products or services? So if a core value for you is maybe love or building community, and let's say you make bracelets, well, every bracelet would be made with love. Maybe it's the bracelets are a part, you have women in the community that help you make them. So you're giving back to the community, you're a part of the community, and that ties into your core values. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is what makes your products or services different? What makes you different? Why are people going to want to buy from you? And for us, for our online group coaching programs, the biggest thing is they get me and Caitlin. We are there with them every step of the way. You're not just buying a, seven video series of how to do it. You get to ask us questions. You have access to us. We're teaching you. We're walking you through, and that sets us. That makes us different than maybe what our competition is doing. So how are your products and services different? And again, you can tie in those core values into what makes you different. Then the next thing would be, who's your target market? And I've been in business for 10 years, and we finally have figured out who our target market is. For a long time, we've worked with hundreds of different types of businesses, which is awesome because we know a lot about a lot of different industries. We've been able to work with a lot of different people. And I think that having all of those clients all over the world has really been able to let Caitlin and I know, okay, finally, this is the demographics that we want to work with. This is our target market. And so when you start your business, did you start your business because you were a mom that was struggling with, you had back issues and you couldn't find a product that maybe, a diaper bag, but that hurt your back so much when you carried it on your shoulder. So maybe you created a back-friendly backpack that was a diaper bag, and you were solving that problem for yourself, and that's how you started your business. So then your target market would be those new moms, or the moms that have a young child that are having the same issue. So what's that pain point and what problem are you solving? So this again ties back into, why did you start your business? And this will help you figure out who's your target market, because you want to make sure that whatever product or service that you're creating, that it's speaking to your target market, that they understand it. Once you have those, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points, and I'll put this in the blog below, so you can, if you didn't get them all down, I'll write them out for you guys so you have them. Once you have this is just kind of creating that foundation of your story. From there, you can tie into, your personal brand. And I think now, for a long time, a lot of our clients were, I want to keep personal, and business. And I think to a point, if you work for a corporate or you work for, maybe a franchise, it's easy to do that. I feel, when you are when you're an entrepreneur, you have to be authentic. You are you, regardless if you are with friends or, in a networking meeting or at a baseball game for a charity event, whatever it may be. This is something that I feel I've struggled with for a long time, because when I started my company, I was 23 years old. So I was going into this very young, and I struggled with, this is my personal life and this is my business life. And I felt for a long time I was living dual lives, because, I'd go out with my friends and then I'd have to go, networking, and I didn't hang out with anyone from, my networking groups. I loved all the women. I loved all the people I met, but that was separate. And when I moved to Florida almost 2.5 years ago, I found that, I am who I am, and I can mix those two. So, a lot of our friends are women that, that I network with, and their husbands, our families get together, and, we've met people that have had kids that our daughter plays with. So that personal brand is really figuring out, again, those core values. If people meet you in a personal, a fun setting, and in a business setting, are you going to be the same person? Or they're going to say, wow, she was not like that when I was networking with her, whatever it may be. So making sure that those core values and that personal brand align, because that's huge. It's a key to your foundation of your business. And from there, then you can look again at, what are those problems that you're solving for people. For us, Caitlin said it the best. She said, we we provide simple solutions to complex problems. Caitlin and I love when we sit down with a client and we are able to see that light bulb go on because they're realizing how to create a landing page or how to write content for their drip campaign or their content upgrade or how to create their Facebook header, whatever it may be. I love when, people get it. And in our group coaching, we walk them through that. And so we've really been able to see our clients' aha moments. And everyone thinks that social media and digital marketing is so complicated. And it is to a point. But the way that we teach it, we're really helping them solve those problems. And they're able to say, wow, I never thought that I would be able to write 5 drip emails or write a 2,500 word blog post or be able to grow my email list through Pinterest or create a landing page or a sign up form or whatever it is. For us to see them get it, that's huge. We're solving that problem for them. And then also the last thing is, when you know your story, you figure out your why, you're building your business, pay attention to your competitors. We have a lot of clients that are actually, maybe a larger marketing firm or website designers, and they outsource some of their work to us if they can't take it or white label it or whatever. So to me, I never view other website designers or social media managers, graphic designers as competition because I feel like there's always a way to maybe work together. But you need to know what they're doing. And so when you are a local business, maybe you're an AC company or a carpet cleaning company, you do need to pay attention to that competition because you need to know, what are they charging? What is their process? Who is their demographics? Do they only go, within a certain county, but you go further? So figuring out and it's not to take anything from them. It's not to copy what they're doing or to take away from what they're doing or take their clients. It's nothing like that. It's just being aware of what they're doing. And maybe they're doing something really, really good. Maybe they're getting a lot of engagement on Instagram. So what are they doing that maybe you can improve on, and that can help you get engagement on your Instagram? And not even looking at local competition, look at nationwide. Open that up because that's going to then help you figure out kind of that foundation for your business. The joys of working at home. My dog is drinking water right next to me. Anyway, take a few moments. Write down your story. Work on it. It may not be something that comes to you right away. But this is important because this is something that you need to have. People need to know, who you are. And I would write it as a blog post or as, your About Me page on your website. And then I would also do a video because if you're growing your business online, people, again, want to be able to see you, hear your voice, just kind of see your personality, and that's going to help build that trust. So I highly recommend making this a priority. We would love to hear your story when you're done with it. If you have questions, maybe you're not clear on one area or you want to know if it's okay if you add this or what's too much or whatever, we are here. We would love to read your stories or watch your videos. So please share in the comments below when you have your story, maybe a link back to that blog post or a website or video. We would love to be able to learn more about what you do. If you have questions, let us know. Have a good day.